Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you come across the video. I have a message to the European, the American, the Asians. I blame you guys for all the nonsense going on in Africa. Really, I blame you guys. I blame you people for all the nonsense going on in Africa. And African leaders, they are the worst leaders in the whole world. Not African leaders, but African politicians. They are the dumbs, the worst leaders in the whole world. African politicians, in particular, they are the worst, the most dumbs in the whole world, the most selfish and greedy leaders in the whole world. Alright, let me go like this. Why I say so? Can a president in France, let's start with the selfish ones, the greedy ones in there. Can a leader in France, in America, in any part of Europe, or in America, in Europe or in America, in Asia, a sitting president, in the middle of a game, change the rule of a game? How can a president, a sitting president that's in the office, a sitting president, just from nowhere, because we want to live and die in a power or on a power, just change constitution to favor his selfish interest? Where in Europe can anyone do that and the citizens will take it, or the other party, or even his own party will take that from him? That can only happen in Africa, where a president will change constitution to suit his own selfish interest. That can only happen in Africa. We say we are in democracy in Africa, but you don't have freedom of speech. You don't have freedom of movement. You don't have freedom of associations. Is that a democracy? There is a word that normally say that they call itself human rights. Do we really have human rights in Africa? No. There's no human rights in Africa. I know so many human rights law are to be squeezed and thrown in the bin because they are all nonsense. Why I say they are nonsense? Because they give privilege to who is not supposed to be having that privilege. So when it comes to fighting for your rights, fighting for the truth in Africa, there is no human right. Right now in Nigeria, this imposed president called Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Nigeria right now, he nominates 70 ministers. He's the highest. Not right now that Nigeria is going through hardship. Nigeria is going through hardship right now. So this imposed president nominates 70 ministers to do what? The bills on who? Their salary on who? Their allowances on who? Travel allowances on who? Who is to pay those bills? He's the highest. He's the first and the only person that have nominated the highest minister in the history of Nigeria. What is he doing with 70 ministers? What are their job and duties? What are they doing? Minister of what? Who is going to pay those bills? Right now, he's trying to plug Nigeria into a civil war. Or let me, even not just civil war, into war with Niger Republic. And that will cost millions and billions of dollars. I'm talking about Naira, which is our currency. Who is to pay those bills? Is those money coming from his own personal pocket? Alright, since we get into democracy, since we switch on into democracy, then we say we are in democracy. Let's assume so. In Nigeria, let me talk about my country, Nigeria. What have we ever benefit from those politicians or from the democracy? In some other country, in the advanced country, in some other country, not in Africa, because Africa is always on revise, which is moving backward. In some other country, when they get democracy, the president or the leaders always try to bring in investors to invest, to create job opportunity for their citizens. But when it comes to Nigeria or in Africa, reverse is the case. So, what do you expect the citizens to do or the military to do? That's why I always give kudos to Niger military, because they did the right thing, they take the right step. Nigerian military, they are all sleeping. Let them continue to sleep until when the I don't know put it, when the hardship and the dawn got to the door, when he knocked on the door, on their door, that is when they will wake up and open the door to realize that their country is on the revise. It's like they have not realized that the country Nigeria is on the revise. So since when we say we are in democracy, what has Nigeria ever benefit from those politicians? How many politicians, how many presidents, how many governors have ever bring investors into that country called Nigeria, apart from criminals, from China, from Americans, from Europeans, to come and steal and loot our natural resources? None of them have ever bring in genuine investors to my country, Nigeria. Let's talk about the former president, Fulani bandit Buhari. Buhari has spent 8 years as president. How many investors has he brought to that country? None. How many companies has he launched as said this is a federal company to create job opportunity for Nigerian youth? None. Now they have brought one drug baron to come and no, not that brought. They have imposed one drug baron on us, Nigerians, to come and lead us. I don't know where he's going to lead us to. That will turn Nigeria to a country of touts, because the state where he has governed before, the highest job in Lagos State is thuggeries. That is the state that Tinubu have led before. Go and find out. You can check that yourself. That is Lagos State. Go and check the highest job opportunity in Lagos is tout and thuggery. He ran away from America because of drug issues. Came to America, used that money, the drug money, to force himself on Lagosians. Now in Lagos, is the highest landlord in Lagos. This same drug baron that INEC imposed on us. Before I forgot, let's discuss about democracy. Democracy, is it not when the citizens elect whoever they want as their president? That is democracy. Democracy is when you have freedom of speech, freedom of movement, freedom of association. That is democracy. Does any one of these ones happen in Nigeria? No one. When you talk, they will pick you up with one of their puppets. They use the puppet to pick you up. When you move anyhow, they will tell you that this is not your state, so you don't have the right to move anyhow, to do anything you want. Go to Lagos and see what the Yorubas are doing to the Igbos. Go to the north, see what the Hausas are doing to the Igbos. Are the Igbos not human beings? Are they not part of Nigeria? I am not from Igbo. But I hate anything called oppress. When during the time of election, there's a guy in Lagos, one tout, that said that whenever he say if you are not from Yoruba land and you come out a campaign or you vote for anybody, if you vote for you vote against this drug baron, they make sure they cripple your business, cripple anything about you. He was never being arrested. MC Oluomo, something like that. Till now, that guy is still moving freely. I wish that thing come from somewhere else. That person could have been picked up by the politician's puppet. So tell me, why should Niger military not overthrow a criminal that choose to be a slave to France? I don't know what Nigerian military are still waiting for before they took over power, or even snatch the power from this drug baron or the criminals we call politicians. I don't know what they are waiting for. Because what Nigeria are going through right now, Nigerians have never experienced democracy. Nigeria is still under a slavery country. Nigeria was colonized by British. America was colonized by British. India was colonized by British. Can British go to America and tell them what to do, what not to do? Can British go to India and tell them what to do and what not to do? What not to do? They're not born their way. But they can come to Nigeria and tell us what to do, what not to do. Because our leaders choose to be slaves. And they want us, the citizens, to remain slaves like them, under the slaves, colonized masters. Do British practice democracy? When last do the British citizens vote in president that they want? Or they want somebody to be their own president, if not within the parliament there? Is that democracy? So they want us to remain like that. They want us to remain with whoever they imposed on us through INEC. Africans have a long way to go. And if Africa will ever be a better place for each and every one of us, we must kick out all those evil vampires we call politicians. If we need a better continent as Africans, we really need to kick out all those vampires we call politicians out of our offices. They say they are civil servants, but in reality, they are not civil servants. They are master servants. Not servants. They are master controllers, not servants. They're supposed to be civil servants. but they are civil masters. Politicians are supposed to be our servants, not we be their servants. I think Africans need to take back our country. Africa at large, not just what is going on in Burkina Faso, in Mali, in Senegal, and so on, other countries that could have taken place. Africa in general, they need to kick out politicians because those people there are not ready to be a democracy or to rule like a democracy they're supposed to be. They are not ready. So we must take back our country. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, put your hands for where you go reach. No try to put your hand for where pass you. It's like you never know person where they try. They contest with. Go ask Ukraine what did happen to them now. Between them and Russia, because these people now, this which is the Niger, Russia are behind them, but that's not important. That is not that it's not important, but it's important, but not to that very important. Why I say so? Ukraine, America give them backup. Before the war started, they did them back. Match speaking English, I beg. Before this war started between Ukraine and Russia, America tell Ukraine say, "Man, I go on within a back." Europe tell them, "Man, I go on within a back." But when the Gbege start, America no both cough out. Say yes, say that, go, say military, go fight. Russians, Europeans, no say military. Give Ukraine, say take, go fight Russians. Now, Russia, they 100% behind Niger. Watch and go up for Nigeria. And when it happen for Nigeria, same Russians go there behind the Nigerian military to kick the axe out. Because you are all lunatics in public office. All these politicians, you are all lunatics in public office. So you want plot Nigeria into war. Some mumu, they give you power, they give you mind now. You say if the war starts, you say they will join Nigeria, say they'll go fight Russia or Niger. They will leave me carry a cross because you be Dundee. They just carry you. Say they can't give you the president or the whatever of ECOWAS. You feel say they like you, they like Nigeria, or you feel say if it's set, they will support you, go fight another country. Or say they will solve their own problem, finish. You as an imposed president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which of Nigeria problem you don't feel solved since when you entered office? Instead, you put Nigerians in more hardship. Before I enter power, how much be dollars? It's very high before, but don't call high more and more. How much be dollar to naira? Before I enter power, how much be fuel? How much bag of rice? How much bag of salt? How much bag of cement? How much be anything? Name it. Before I enter power, Nigeria say they cry before, but when you come, the thing come worst. You know, have to solve all this problem. Now, Niger problem that you want to go solve. May say you. It will never be well with INEC. We bring this drug baron, call a post on Nigerians. And those people sporting now, we say sport this Tinubu now. And they will say mistake cry come out for price of anything. Now cry will cry till now die. Those people support Tinubu because of our stomach infrastructures. Anytime when have a mistake, cry for price of anything at all in Nigeria. People will never know peace. That's something that's important. Yeah? If you want to say complain for price of anything at all, both food, oil, fuel, and anything at all, you will never know peace. You will cry till you die. Sorrows and tears will be a portion. You have to complain. You complain your life about the hardship in Nigeria as long as you support this drug baron. Enough is enough. Nigerian military, please take over power in Nigeria. Because we don't enjoy democracy. When military take power, we enjoy Nigeria more than when we say we enter democracy. Then we have many job opportunity. Money they go around. Many industries dey whenever when they say they no fold up. One man no fit control that time. One man no dey control the whole industry in Nigeria, but right now one man dey control, which is Dangote. Now he control all the industries in Nigeria, the whole production in Nigeria. Just one man. Those of military, one person no fit try am, say they go dey in charge of everything. So that's how the democracy we they wish to get for our country, Nigeria. Nigerian military, please, man, wake up. Man, please, man, take over this power. By all means, we will support you now. We Nigerians will be behind you to kick all these politicians out of office, both from the president to the local government. Kick them all out. We don't need them. They are a bunch of criminals. Please, Nigerian military, kick these people out of those offices. We don't need them. They are all a bunch of criminals. They have nothing to offer our country. They are only there for their own selfish and personal interest. Please, Nigerian military, take over power in Nigeria. Let Africa have peace from these criminals we call politicians. Please. Thank you very much. Share this video, please. Thank you.